everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, and today I am going to be, and I am Amanda. Today I am going to be doing day 4 of the 12 days of Christmas, and as you can see, I'm sitting in my cozy chair, so this will be considered a cozy chair conversation as well. So basically, here on this channel, I talk about anything dealing with finances, but mainly budgeting, paying down debt, saving money, just trying to provide some information based on my experiences as it relates to strategies that you could possibly use to help you better your financial situation. So, as you can see in the description title below, we are actually going to be talking about my Dream Big, Start Small slogan or closing phrase, however you want to say that. So I don't know if I've ever kind of explained why I chose that slogan for my YouTube page. So we're going to talk about that today, and we are only going to answer 2 questions because I want to try and keep these videos, as I've stated in previous videos, try to keep these videos kind of short. So we're going to answer 2 questions. Oh, first off, if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are new, welcome back. So the 2 questions that we're going to answer are, I have a few notes written here. Why did I choose that phrase? That's going to be the first question. And the second one will be, how do I follow that slogan weekly, monthly, or whenever I, choose to put it into effect? So first off, let's start with the first question. Why did I choose that slogan? Dream big, but start small. Okay? The main reason is because I have noticed over the years that the small amounts, I know I have a big goal, right? So that's the dream big portion. So some of my bigger goals are to pay down my debt, pay my home off, get my 401k or retirement plan to a feasible amount that I deem necessary for me to live off of after I'm done working. So just those bigger goals, I do have those. A certain amount of money I want set aside in my mini emergency. Monies that I need to save for college tuition for my children. So I have these big goals, and a lot of times these goals have zeros attached to them in reference to maybe like 4 or 5 zeros. So in the tens of thousands of dollars or even the hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, the actual retirement plan, of course, I would love for that to have about 5 to 6 zeros attached to it. And that is a goal that I am realistically shooting for. So that is the dream big portion of my slogan. Now the start small. What I have noticed over the years is it does not matter what amount of money you put toward a goal. At the end of the day, that's why I love dealing with numbers. I love it. Numbers cannot lie. They are what they are. It's not like, okay, if I apply this $5 to this debt, let's say we had a debt of $100, and I apply this $5 to the debt, at the end of the day, the debt will go down by $5, so your new balance will be $95. There's no way around it. You can't stretch that, understretch, overstretch, try to estimate that, my balance may end up going down to $95, or perhaps it may be $94 and some change. No, numbers are numbers. If we subtract $5 from $100, your new balance is always going to be $95. So that's why I love dealing with the numbers. They don't lie. They are what they are. So basically, over the years, I have noticed that me putting small amounts toward my mortgage, I've sent $20, I've sent $17. You all have seen on these videos, at the end of the day, the balance continues to go down. And the same thing when I'm saving money or saving toward a goal or investing. If I am saving to get, let's say, my mini emergency fund. When I was building that fund up to where I wanted to be, I kind of like to keep that fund at about $5,000 to $7,000. When I was, putting money in it every week, or as I had it, I would see, it go up from $1,500 to $1,700, to $1,720, whatever it was steadily increasing. And by the time I continued to put that money in there, over time, I noticed that I reached my goal. So that's why, consistency and small amounts, which is the start small portion of this slogan, does yield massive results. So that is why I have pretty much chosen this slogan. Also, one other point I want to make as it relates to why did I choose this phrase is because it is doable. You know what I mean? It's not overwhelming to put small amounts away here or there. I'm not sure if you all that have been following me for a moment noticed that I save money for the children. It's been 28, actually it was actually less than that. It was like $15 a week. So, as I've found extra money in my budget or I get increases in my pay, I've moved it up. So now we're at like $28.50 I think I saved. But just think about this. Over time, that's a very small amount. Some people may look at it as, you're only saving $28 for them a week. That's not going to do anything. Yes, it has. Each one of their savings accounts has grown to thousands of dollars. And I have 3 children. So yes, small amounts do make a big difference. Any amount that you decide to save and or pay towards your debt makes a difference. So in other words, what I'm saying is it's doable, it's not overwhelming. It's pretty much like that set it and forget it strategy. Put $5 over here automatically per week in this account to save for some goal, or put it towards your debt every week. Whatever it is, set an automatic amount if you don't feel like manually going in to do it every week. And just forget about it. Go back and look at it 3 months later, 6 months later, you will notice a big difference. You're like, wow, I'm only putting $20 a week toward my debt, but look at how much it has gone down. It has gone down by $500. Yes, that's what happens with those smaller amounts. That's why I love working from smaller amounts, because it has proven to work for me and I meet the goal, and it's not it's not overwhelming. It is doable because it is considered a smaller amount. So that is what I have for that question. That's the reason why I decide to choose this phrase. Now, how do I follow that slogan weekly? I've pretty much given you a few examples of what I do. So basically, my number one goal or my number one strategy is to be consistent. Every single week, you see in my budget projections what the monies that I set aside for certain things, tuition, college spending. What else do I do? Any of the bills, if I'm saving or if I am paying down debt, you see those amounts. And for most of my categories, they are not overwhelmingly large amounts of money. Now you're gonna have some like the car insurance, auto insurance. Those are pretty hefty because I have two teenagers. Well, actually I have one that's 20 years old, but the other one is a teenager that's on my auto insurance, and of course it's going to be expensive. So things like that, but that's short. It's not short-lived, but it's temporary because they are going to continue to get older. But yes, right now you are seeing some of the transactions and or debts or expenses that are pretty high, but for the most part, if you go back and you look at my budget per week, you see $5, $10, $30. You know, I'm doing a minor Roth IRA where I'm putting $20 a week in. Some people make $20. That's all she's putting in is $20. But now, and I just started this maybe probably like the first quarter of this year. And that minor Roth IRA, of course, it is an investing account, so there are other factors that help to increase that, but that account is close to $1,000 now, and that's just by putting in those smaller amounts. So that's typically what I do on a weekly basis, and it's not overwhelming. You can't even buy a pizza for $20 nowadays. So it's like we need to make sure that we're focusing on our priorities and what we're spending our money on. And that's what I do. I try and do that week to week. Now, do I splurge some weeks, or do I decide to go pay $70 for, pizza for the entire family? Sure. Yes, I do. But that is a few far in between. The consistency, the thing that I do the most is to put those smaller amounts away for either paying off those debts or building up accounts for whatever goal it may be. So that is what I do. And another thing that I like also doing is categorizing my funds, if you will. I have categories ranging from household expenses. Of course, that's money that I pull out of my account in cash and kind of keep in my wallet. That cash is sectioned off into categories. So I love categories because even with the categories, they still follow that slogan of dream big, start small. Once upon a time, I was doing the cash, categories where I have groceries and toiletries and pet supplies, whatever it is, school supplies, whatever I'm doing. That amount of money had increased because every week you're not going to use that money. I had gotten up to hundreds of dollars, I think like $700, $800, $900 in those categories. So I had to pull that money out and put it in the bank or either use it for other transactions. So yeah, small amounts, categorizing money is really a plus for me. And also not just that cash categorizing my bank accounts for the different goals that I have set. There are categories for that. All money does not just go into one account, and and I mentally categorize, okay, well, there's $2,000 over here for tuition, and there's $5,000. That's too much in one account. I'm trying to keep track. Yes, I do have a spreadsheet that has all of my amounts that are allocated to a certain goal. Yes, I have that, but just to have all that money in one account and then try to think about, okay, this is that, that's too much. So I have separate checking accounts, savings accounts, one for tuition, one for my operation account just for paying the monthly bills, my mini emergency fund, my full emergency fund, the children's savings account, whatever it is, separate accounts for that, because that holds me accountable, that keeps me organized, and that way I can see how these accounts are doing month over month, year over year. So that is really the reason why I chose this slogan, dream big, start small. So like I said, I do want to keep these videos under 15 minutes, so I am going to end this video now. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.